156 average with 3 runs batted in. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Tom, I saw something on Facebook just a short time ago that I think speaks to you and I in a much more deeply personal way than we'd want to admit. Hudson White is gone on 3 pitches. 2 down. It's a forlorn-looking Gene Simmons in all of his Kiss regalia, sitting alone at a table with his head bowed. And the photo caption is, when you hit your 50s, you can only rock and roll some nights and party every 3rd day. Swing and a foul, and Andy Lugo loses his bat, goes all the way to the backstop.
But was he still dressed like he was?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's full, like I said, in full Kiss regalia.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Fortunately, I gave up that lifestyle a long time ago, but still, I think the sentiment is true.
It's a pretty good-looking Halloween costume right there.
The 0-1, and he squibs one foul off the end of the bat. I tell you what, that thing almost stayed close enough to where, had it taken a little maybe a 2-inch turn, it would have hit the bag and been a fair ball, and Lugo would have been in trouble. Fortunately for him, it stayed, look at that, just foul.
Have to have a mathematician tell us how it stayed that way.
No balls and 2 strikes.
And a lot of
1 ball and 2 strikes now.
And a lot of them like that this week. Couple of hit bags.
Gadez with the 1-2. Strike 3 swinging on a pitch that was 3 feet outside. 3 strikeouts for Gadez. The drive go quickly and quietly in the 2nd inning. And after 2 completes, drive on top, 2-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, over here on the third baseline, we have got Cooper and Gabe, and what they're going to do is they are going to race with their Michelin tires all the way around the diamond. The first one to get over here to me is the winner. So let's give it up for Cooper and Gabe, and we're going to count it down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. They are off. We've got Gabe in the white shirt, Cooper in the red shirt. It looks like Gabe has a slight lead, but Cooper has the inside track. He bobbles a little bit. Gabe's holding on to that lead. He's getting a little wobbly, though. Let's see. Neck and neck. Oh, Cooper's taking the lead. Here he comes. I think he's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Cooper. And cheer Gabe on. Come on, Gabe. You got it, man. You got it. Give it up for Gabe, and that is your Michelin tire race. Oh, I'm sorry. Gabe is the
so it ain't easy to be seen. When they see me ride by, they can see the gleam. I shine on the deck in the TV screen. Riding with a new chick, she like cola next to the PlayStation.
2 innings in the books. Drive with a 2-0 lead in this Sunday afternoon encounter with Asheville. Peyton Tolley will face 9, 1, and 2 in the tourist batting order, and here to call innings 3 and 4. The domesticated house husband, that is Tom Van Hoy.
I'll tell you what, you get to look on MILB.TV there of the strikeouts that one Peyton Tolley has had. He struck out 5, 84, 95, 88, 90 plus, and 96. So he's been able to command that fastball and the off-speed as well. He delivers mid-90s fastball swing at a miss by Tyler Whitaker. He is the right fielder, hitting in the 9th spot. It's been a struggle, 154, 1 for 16 in this series. But what hasn't been for this young man is his ability to play left and right field. He's made a couple of outstanding defensive plays as he disagrees with a called strike 2. And then it'll be back to the top of the order. Joseph Sullivan and Walker Yannick. And Peyton Tolley, big left-hander, delivers this pitch, and it's a fastball. And that one sounded loud, and it was at 96 up.
If you can't tell from the background, he is the Burger King K-Man of the day.
Fouled out of play down the right field line, and the irony of it with the 5 strikeouts so far is he makes contact and either hits it in play or gets on base. Pops up. Pops this one up, foul back behind us, and listen, that must have been a little bit too far behind us. So totally with 33 pitches through the first 2, and Dan's conversation with Liam Carroll before the game. I hope you hear those on our pregame. 70 pitches today, and there it is. Let's start off with a 97-mile-an-hour, and that wasn't soft serve.
No, the ice cream is,
Yes.
but the fastball certainly wasn't.
Man.
So Section 109 will leave with nothing less than the free ice cream cone.
He did serve it up there for a strikeout, 6 of them already. And back to the top of the order for Joseph Sullivan, who struck out off-speed pitches first time up. One of their leading players. He takes a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, outer edge, belt high, called strike. Leads the team in home runs with 5 and runs with 16. Hit by pitch 7 times, 27 walks, on base slugging, and OPS. He's off to a really good start this year. No balls, 2 strikes now to the left-hand hitting Joseph Sullivan. He's the number 12 player in the Houston organization, MLB Pipeline. Both teams have 4 top 30 players in their lineups today. Fouled out of play down the left field line. Talked a little bit last night about Sullivan. He was a high school football player, safety wide receiver, and his granddad, Pat Sullivan, won the Heisman Trophy in 1971 at Auburn. He lost the Sugar Bowl that year to Oklahoma, 40-22. Oh, just inside, but consistently called. Didn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's the year that Nebraska beat Oklahoma 35-31 in Norman in the game of the century. The 1-2 pitch. Outer edge, he got him. He came back with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, so he is turning it up, the heat, on this Sunday afternoon. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yes.
And now 7.
7 of the 8 outs he's recorded.
Man, we're talking about deja vu all over again from Tuesday, right? 19 strikeouts then for this Asheville team. Big swing and a miss. You love that. Goes 97. Then he comes off speed. And Walter Yannick way over the top on that one. As a team, they now have 306 strikeouts, which is the most in the league, just off the plate. And the Greenville Drive now have 302, their pitching staff, and that is number 1 in the South Atlantic League right now. So coming to fruition here this afternoon anyway, there was also a 12 strikeout performance by the Drive as well in this series now. That's 71 strikeouts as we play in this 7th game.
Hey, that's an average of 10 per game, right?
Wow.
How about that?
That's pretty good, Dan, for a Sunday afternoon.
Yes. It's the steroids.
Yannick struck out his first time up 96. Let's see what he does on 0-2. Swing and a miss. Dare I say? On 96. Wow, you want to talk about a performance so far for Peyton Tolley. Holy cow, he just picked up his 8th strikeout in another 1-2-3 inning and struck out the side like he did in the first. Well, we head to the bottom half. Coming up, and the Drive with that early 2-0 lead on Asheville.
Rate in 3 of the last 4 years. Thank you for your dedication to reading and the enthusiasm you have shown your students over the years for the Reading All-Stars program. The schools are Wren Elementary, Powdersville Elementary, Cedar Grove Elementary, Wright Elementary, Star Elementary, Flat Rock Elementary, Iva Elementary, La France Elementary, Midway Elementary, Waterloo Elementary, Joanna Woodson Elementary, Eastside Elementary, Clinton Elementary, Cooley Springs, Fingerville Elementary, Jesse Boyd Elementary, Dacusville Elementary, and West End Elementary. Yeah, give it up for all these Hall of Fame schools and all of our Reading All-Stars in attendance this afternoon.
And some others, Noadine along the way, Dalton Rogers. Man, we've seen some 5 left-handers who started in this series, and they're running that ball up there 95 miles an hour.
It's really almost an embarrassment of riches when you look at it, because a lot of teams who we see come through here, they may have, 1 or 2, and that, doesn't even talk about Jeremy Yellen coming out of the bullpen. So,
and you know what? There was a time when you and I were doing games, and we knew when Brandon Chalucci would come in, we knew it was him because he was the only left-hander on the team.
Exactly. Zach Fogel, another lefty.
Well, Franklin Arias will lead it off, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Next one is maybe a bit upstairs for ball 2. Single to right his first time up. And he was forced out on a pounding ball to the shortstop. And there's a drive deep into left field. That ball is back, and it is gonna be gone. And he can touch them all for the second time this year as a member of the Greenville Drive.
Tom, it went right over the corner of the notch. You get a shot from the center field camera. You got the Ryobi sign, the GE Verona sign, and the wall angles back. That's what we call the notch. It went right over the corner, right out there.
Man, and I tell you what, he smoked that one a long way. That's his second home run. And here's Nazan Zatatello to make it a 3-0 ball game. I mean, he got a hold of that one. He only has 4 hits in this series, at 3 for 20 coming in, but he's got a single and a home run today, 2 home runs and a double along the way. Highly regarded prospect, number 4 in the organization, 72 in baseball's top 100. This guy at the plate, Zatatello, number 25, the top 30, way outside, takes that for a ball. Well, good start. Drive with just the 3 hits last night. That was it. After they got the 13 runs and 14 hits and came up short Friday night. Here's a ball that's popped up high down the third base line, and it's going to drift out of play over by Reedy's clubhouse. Scramble is on. Those down the right field line are getting a lot of sunshine today on another spectacular day at the ballpark, and we've been lucky. Zatatello takes this one outer edge, cold strike.
That was a good pitch.
On the black at the knee, and he'll take a walk back and pass Nellie Taylor, who's headed to the plate. So Gadez gave up that home run. He had given up just one coming in. He pitched on Tuesday, and it was in relief, so he gets the start today. Taylor takes the first pitch inside for a ball. He walked and scored back in the first, part of a 2-run first inning. He set ball and works quickly. Check swing, called strike.
Well, I like it. It's getaway day. Everything should move a little faster on getaway day.
It is getaway day. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 4 2/3 back on Tuesday. Gave up a couple of runs, 4 hits, 4 K, 3 walks, and he did give up a home run then as well, and it was to Zatatello at that time, and he actually threw 69 pitches back on Tuesday, so kind of a piggyback situation. Gillis had started that game. Inside for a ball, 3 balls and 1 strike now to Taylor, and if he can get on, he can go. He's stolen 9 out of 12 on the year to lead the team in that category, but his average continues to rise at 275, and that ball stayed upstairs, and he'll draw his second walk in the ball game, and he'll be on first now with 1 out for Zach Earhart, who hit an RBI double to left center field his first time up, picked up his 8th run batted in on the year, hits out of that 4th spot. He's playing center field today.
And Tom, that is the 7th walk for Nellie Taylor Jr. in the series compared to just 1 strikeout, so his walks are catching up to his strikeouts. Now 15 walks on the season to 18 strikeouts, so you can start to see a little better pitch selection from his standpoint.
Man, how about that? I mean, and we talked about it. Drive had 3 in the lineup with more walks than strikeouts, and
which
one
is
of them
not something that we're accustomed to see.
Well, I know, and Zach Earhart came in with 21 strikeouts to 21 walks, and he leads the team in that category of the walks. And Alcantara is another one with just 8 strikeouts to 9 walks. So, yeah, in this day and age, it's usually not like that. In many cases, 2-1. Here's a ground ball to short. Jaworski goes to second for 1. Drop the ball, and he's safe. Probably not going to get the DP, but that's routine, and just could not hang on. Drew Vogel at second base, and that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 down.
I mean, and that is as routine as it gets, and you know, there's not even a chance for him to argue that I was taking it out of my glove to make a throw. He didn't get that far. That's the second error of the season on Vogel, and now you got Blaze up again with runners in scoring position. Let's see if the drive can cash in.
Flight out to center his first time up. Picked up a run, batted in. Leading the team in that category. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Big right-hand hitter. In right field, Earhart in center. There's another pitch, and right over the heart of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. You go back to that 15-13 game. Had an infield hit. Had an RBI single to left. Had a double to left as well. 5 runs batted in. There goes the runner, and nobody even covered third base. That was more of a delayed steal than anything. Really didn't even take off till the ball maybe was almost in the mitt there. And there you go. And you probably won't even see Gonzalez, the third baseman, even come in. So that's now 10 out of 13. And runners on first and third now. Whoa, that one is inside, spins out of the way of that. Blaze in his last 6 games, 9 for 23, 391, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. We're going back to Hub City in a couple of games earlier in this series. Here he hit 2 home runs in Hub City. Here's a high fly ball, and that's going to be on the infield. And no chance to tag and score there. Just missed it. Good pitch, and the catch made by the aforementioned Vogel. Used that glove to shield the high sky today. And now Gedez is hitter getting out of this one, but still be runners on first and third with 2 down for Brooks Brannon. Struck out looking his first time up. Gedez comes set. There's the pitch. Whoa! It hit him. He fires that bat away. I don't know if that.
Yeah, he said something
sounded
to
like
Gedez on his way out there too, on his way to first base.
Yeah, I was going to say, you heard it. I thought maybe it hit the bat, but he's got that guard on, thankfully, right over that elbow. So that will load the bases with a fastball that came inside. And now Marvin Alcantara, who flied to left his first time up at the plate, and takes that pitch for ball 1. So they're jammed here. We play in the bottom half of the third. The Drive have a 3-0 lead on that home run by Arias. Sales inside, 2 balls and no strikes now. Alcantara, 343 coming in. Top 5 in the South Atlantic League. A home run, 10 runs batted in. And again, puts bat on ball. Up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. So he's got to come to him, and we'll see if he has the green light on an afternoon with the driver wearing the green jerseys. And he takes it for a called strike. Just threw a fastball right down the heart at 94. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Drive have drawn 4 bases loaded walks in this series. They're 5 for 25 with the bases loaded this year.
Well, let's see what transpires here. Big cut, fly ball. Should be playable for Whitaker out in right field. Puts that glove up. Whoa! Did he drop the ball? He did. One will score. Two will score. Running hard with two down.
He lost it to Sun. You could tell he was battling it from the very beginning. As soon as the ball came off the bat, he put the glove up to try to shield it, and he just never was able to reel it in. Watch it again.
And we saw it with Vogel, the second baseman, on bases. The walk said, yeah, he can't find it. Conversation going to go at the mound now. So runners on second to third. You run hard with two down. Two scored. Becomes a 5-0 ball game, and
Alcantara gets credit for a 2-run double.
Yep. He and the drive will take that.
Yes.
He's got 12 runs batted in now. Well, as is evidence from Friday night, you can never have enough runs. And after last night, Drive only got 3 hits, 3 walks, hit by pitch. Only had 7 base runners last night. All right, now they lead 5-0 in the third. Big swing and a miss now with an 8th place hitter catching Hudson White, who struck out his first time up. He hit one on the ground into right field and get 2 more in. Huh? Gedez delivers the pitch, sweeping outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned the high sky, and we saw it with Vogel, the second baseman. We saw Whitaker lose it. And he's been an outstanding player in left and right field in this series. Up high with a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Gedez, his pitch count continuing to rise. He's up over 60 now here in the 3rd inning. Could have been out of it. Comes back, good pitch, off speed, settles in there, evens the count of 2-2. 2 out runners in scoring position. Drive 7th at 2:31. Runners in scoring position in this, fouled straight back in this series, 16 for 62 at 2:46. A lot of similarities between these two in this series. Coming in for Asheville, they were 17 out of 62. Set to deliver the 2-2 pitch, 2 down. 3 in, bottom 3, in on the fist, headed towards center on the run. Vogel going back, and this time the second baseman turns, goes, locates. Nice play, makes that catch. But nonetheless, you end up with the Franklin area solo home run and the 2-run double to right by Alcantara that was lost in the sun by Whitaker. He put 3 on the board. We're through 3 complete. Top of the 4th we go. 5-0 drive on the first.
And Pest Control, LLC.
Three-inning totals for the Drive: 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. And for Asheville, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And Max Potter taking a moment between innings to step outside the Green Monster, and now he's right back in. He is the man working the manual scoreboard today.
No, back on the bump for Drive, Peyton Tolley. How about what he's been able to accomplish with the 8 strikeouts so far? Gave up a base hit in the second and the first. Delivers the first pitch to Garrett Gilmet. Gilmet came within about a foot of getting one out of here. in the first inning at the top of the wall, and he was stranded. This one back, relatively close to us. Way too fast to even make a basic attempt to try to make the play. So it's 0-2. Already the 8 strikeouts, 6 of them 95 plus. May get another one. 96-mile-an-hour strikeout. And Dan, you know, we were talking about Toley's last appearance, and that was in Spartanburg against Hub City. 4 innings, no runs, 1 hit. On that day, struck out 9 of 12. And here today, he has already struck out 9.
Of the 10 outs.
Of the 10. I mean, that's a pretty remarkable number. We don't want you to have to do a whole bunch of math, you know, but 18 out of 22 is pretty good. And let's see what transpires with Christian Gonzalez at the plate now. Swing and a miss on that pitch after the first one was a called strike, and ahead of the count 0-2. And this is a perfect example of what we've talked about a lot, and everybody does. If you get ahead of the count, you can do a lot of different things. You got that glove right in front of his face. Gonzalez hits one into right field for a base hit. He takes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer edge. Just got enough wood on it to dump it out there for a base hit. Good AB for Gonzalez, who has had a very solid series for this Asheville team during this series here in Greenville. Comes the third base hit. Chase Jaworski had led off the second inning with a base hit as well. Had a stolen base. That's at the plate right now. Number 13 player in the Houston organization, left-hander. Big cut there and fouls it down. Toley looks in. Catching today is Hudson White. He and Brooks Brandon kind of share that duty. Then he comes back with breaking ball and no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball 97 up, slider 78 to 82. He's got a change and a curve, and effective off that mid-90s fastball so far today. There's a big swing and a miss on an 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball, and he'll take that slow walk back to the dugout. And for the 10th time, that will happen for Asheville today. Well, that's just a tough situation there. Lefty against lefty, and here's another one with Kenny Gomez at the plate. And first pitch fastball will back him off. 1-0. Gomez struck out first time up at 88. He has struck out 43% of the time this year. So he's a candidate for that. As Dan told you, he hasn't had a whole lot of success so far in this series, but the one big hit he got was a 3-run home run. It's part of that 5-run 10th inning that eventually would lead to a 15-13 win. Playing center field today. Goes down outside, slaps it foul into the screen. Shaver will run it down. Talked about the resiliency of this Asheville team to take advantage of walk it by pitch, the ability to get on base. Drive did it last inning, a walk and error, a hit by pitch. Contributed to that 3-run inning. And a ball that was lost in the sun as well. Inside, just didn't get the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this the 7th game of this series that started back on Tuesday, the makeup of one that was rained out earlier this year. This one stays low, and count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The max total he's gone this year is 4 twice, back-to-back Winston-Salem and Hub City. In the last 2 games, 8 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 14 K, and 2 walks. And he got another one upstairs at 94. Wow, and the beat rolls on. 3 strikeouts and a base hit. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the Greenville drive coming up. Impressive performance by Peyton Toley. A 5-0 leads the drive.
have already had their field day, so they have got their practice in. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our Reading All-Stars. We've got a girls team. Give it up for the girls. Versus the boys right here. Give it up for the boys. All right, so cheer on your favorite team. We're going to count them down. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. It looks like, I think it is a runaway with the girls. Give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen. That is your Blue Cross Blue Shield tug of war. Back up to you, Chuck.
Well, as we come back, there is going to be a pitching change. And Atlanta Red Company called to the bullpen, Colby Langford will have another opportunity. 6'3", 196. He's 22, out of Blanchard, Oklahoma. 17th round pick in the draft of 2023 out of Murray State Junior College in Oklahoma, not Murray State, Kentucky. 2-1, ERA 7.20, ninth appearance, all relief. 10 innings, 9 runs, 8 earned. Just 6 hits, though. 11 strikeouts to 12 walks. Opposition 182. And his first pitch to Andy Lugo is a ball outside. Lugo, Franklin Arias, and then Nazan Zanatello here as we play in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Drive with a 5-0 lead on Asheville, trying to get this final game on Sunday. Line shot, man, good catch by Drew Vogel, second baseman. He was playing up the middle. He took a step to his left, and then he had to reach back across his body and make a nice catch on one that was just smoked up the middle. Out number 1. Here's Arias, who homered his last time up after he singled back in the 1st inning to right field. And he takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
The celebrities are in the house.
Are they going to let anybody come in, Dan? I mean, don't we have security here? I mean come on, man. Langford delivers the pitch to Arias. And he takes the pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 down. It is Marcus McMorris who has come into the booth and might be able to visit with him. Marcus, one of the great players in Furman football history out of Newberry. Worked on our broadcast crew for 5-6 years as well and did tremendous analysis from the sideline. Here's the pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, it's great to see Franklin Arias get it going. 3 for 20 coming in, but he hit a home run and a double. And 2 more hits today. High and outside, and he has reached for the 3rd time to begin the 4th inning with 1 down. And he is a threat to go as well. You get a good look at that youngster, 19 years old. Langford pitched on Thursday in Game 2, the 4-3 win by Asheville. And he was the winning pitcher, went 1 inning, no runs, no hits, a strikeout. But he walked 4 through 29 pitches that day. Only 12 of those were strikes. Here is Nazan Zanatello now. So you got I was going to say got a couple of young guys back to back, but relatively speaking, most of them are pretty young guys, huh? Trying to get that experience at this level and have their opportunity to move up in the organization with success. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zanatello, first time up, hit into a fielder's choice. And he struck out looking his 2 times at the plate in this one. Throw back over, almost threw it away. Got a couple of home runs, and both of them have come in the first 2 games in this series. 1 for 3, 2 for 4 in games 1 and 2. He's playing second base again today with Arias at shortstop. Inside for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 down. We play here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Drive looking good right now. It's early, 5-0. Great to see him get on the board after a shutout last night. Only got 3 runs and had 7 base runners. All over the place here today so far. And the ball gets by the catcher, Guillemette, and on down to second base and makes a wide turn there is Franklin Arias. I mean, I think he thought about it, but, yeah, you know, maybe cooler heads prevailed there. Man, that is a wild pitch. Not much that Arias could do there as he ends up on down at second, but not much that Guillemette, I should say, could do about that one. Just got away from Langford. A look at second. Vogel trying to keep him close, and this one is popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Austin is there backtracking, leans, and almost came back to fair territory. And talked about that high sky today. A little bit more cloud cover right now, but good job by Austin to make that catch in foul ground for the second out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Really good adjustment there. Just his 4th game at first base. He's played 6 at second and 3 at third, so demonstrating his versatility for this tourist ball club. Nellie Taylor. Taylor's walked twice, scored twice, stolen base. Pretty good start to this ball game on Sunday. Taken for a called strike. Drive come in, having lost 4 of 6, but scoring 5.3, hitting .249. They now have 8 home runs in this 7-game series and came in with just 10. Outer edge called strike, no balls and 2 strikes. We were talking about how close statistically some of the numbers are in this series, and a Brazilian Asheville team's been able to take advantage of situations and score a few more runs and have won 4 out of 6 after taking 3 out of 5 up in Asheville earlier this year. Fastball inside. Taylor is the number 22 player in the Boston organization, top 30 MLB pipeline. Left-hand hitter. 6 out of 17. He has walked 6 times in this series. We talked about he picked up the stolen base, and he has now 6 stolen bases in this series and 10 for 13 to lead the team. Well, he's got it back to 2-2 on second base. Arias can run, held there by the shortstop Jaworski, and a big swing and a miss. He was looking fastball and way over the top, and Langford able to come back and get him there to finish the bottom half of the 4th inning. So no runs, a walk, 1 left. We're through 4 complete. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. Dan Scott back with the play-by-play. Right now, the drive with the 5-0 lead of the tour.
King of the Greenville Drive, Carter Vickers, and we are with our friend Riley. Now, Riley is a 4th grader at E.B. Morse Elementary School, and he's here with us today. Now, Riley is going to spin the wheel. Carter, you want to tell us a little bit about what his choices or what he might win today?
Yeah, absolutely. So over at our first base kiosk section, we have spin and win. Spend $50 or more, get 1 free spin on this wheel. We've got a plethora of different items: hats, foam fingers, playing cards, anything you want. We've got it on this wheel right here.
All right. So, Riley, are you ready? All right, Riley, give it a spin. What's he gonna win? Where it spins? And he won a Greenville Drive bag. And Carter, he's got a plethora of those to choose from, doesn't he?
We definitely have a plethora of bags to choose from.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Riley. And we'll send it back up to you, Chuck.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over.
Well, we move to the top of inning number 5. Peyton Tolley is back out there. His pitch limit is 70. He has 62 after 4 innings, where he has recorded 11 strikeouts in the 12 outs that he has gotten through 4. And the first pitch he delivers to Drew Vogel is a strike at the knees. Tom, that was the broadcast booth equivalent of bigger name on the other line. When Mr. McMorris showed up, you were on your own.
That's all right, man. He's a great man.
To Hopper the third. There is the throw by Alcantara to Lugo. And there's one out. And
put a star by it, Dan.
yeah, well, I was gonna say the 7 defenders behind
That's right.
Mr. Tolley are putting "will work for food" signs out because they have just been playing the role of spectator for the most part today. The only other ball put in play for an out was a fly ball to right by Vogel. There have been 3 hits. Everything else has been a strikeout, and there's strike 1 to Trevor Austin, who struck out swinging his first time up. The 0-1 lined into left field, but right there is Nellie Taylor, and very quickly 2 down. And maybe knowing that he wanted to get through 5 innings, he decided to be a little more democratic and let the ball be put in play. And now he'll get a chance to face the 3rd hitter of the inning and perhaps be able to become the 3rd drive pitcher of this series, starter, to go 5 innings.
So, Dan, wasn't it Dalton Rogers last night that he had 60 pitches through 4, and he had 10 more to go, and then I think he threw next inning, and he'd thrown 30 in that 4th inning, and he got him out in 10 pitches the next inning.
Strike 1 to Tyler Whitaker, the K-man of the night, or the afternoon, rather. And there's strike 2 swinging. And, I mean, Peyton Tolley is just dealing right now. Section 109, a strike away from claiming the cheeseburger coupon as well from Burger King. The big lefty winds and delivers, and he lays off a changeup in the dirt outside. 1-2. Here comes pitch number 70, Tom. Peering from behind that red glove, the 1-2 pitch, and just missed the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the break-even pitch. Strike 3 call. Fastball inside corner. 109 celebrates as Tyler Whitaker argues. 3 up and 3 down, 71 pitches, 12 strikeouts through 5 innings for Peyton Tolley. Halfway through the Sunday afternoon finale of this series. Drive on top, 5-0.
Callie, give it up for Callie. She's a 5th grader at Wren Elementary, and then her sister Campbell, who is a 3rd grader at Wren Elementary. Now, they are going to be participating in our Priority 1 Steal the Base. What they're going to do is they are going to race out to the Priority 1 sign, pick up the base, and the first one back is the winner. Girls, are you ready? They're ready. Greenville, are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Here they go. Big sister's got a little bit of a lead right now. She needs some more aerodynamics, so they're taking off those hats. She's holding on to it. They're getting to the base. They're at the turnaround. Here they come. Cheer them on. Cheer them on. Let me hear ya. And Callie is taking no prisoners, no mercy on her sister. Here she comes across the line. Callie is the winner. And here comes Campbell. Give it up for Callie and Campbell. And that is your Priority 1 Steal the Base.
Bottom of the 5th inning, another Atlanta Bread Company called to the bullpen for Asheville. It's right-hander Brett Gillis.
Yeah, 6'2", 215. He is 25 years of age. 9th round pick in the draft 2022 out of Portland. Comes in with a record of 1-1, ERA 3.95. This will be his 5th game, and he has a couple of starts. In fact, he started on Tuesday in that 6-4 loss, and that's when Cadez replaced him, so they kind of reversed it, flipped it. 13 2/3 innings, 8 runs, 6 earned, 9 hits. He has struck out 17, very good, 17 K to 2 walks. A lot of home run opposition, just 173.
He gets Zach Earhart to lead it off, who has driven in a run with a double, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored a run. A 5-0 drive here in the 5th inning. So Peyton Tolley's day is going to end, Tom. 71 pitches, 53 strikes, 12 strikeouts in 5 innings of 3-hit shutout baseball, and Earhart grounds it up the middle. Right behind the second base bag is Vogel. He throws him out, and there's one down.
So that means, Dan, that in his last 2 outings, he struck out 21 out of 27 hitters.
Well,
pretty good. That'll work.
Other team's going to have a hard time scoring if they can't make contact. And the biggest thing inside of all of that, no walks.
Yeah, yes.
So Earhart is out 4-3, and now Miguel Blaze 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly standing in. And he swings and he chops one fair off the glove of Christian Gonzalez deep behind third base. And Blaze will be safe at first. Tried to field it on the short hop, and he will get charged, Gonzalez will, with his 4th error of the season. So here is Brooks Brannon, 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch, and he swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Runner bluffs a go, and the 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brett Gillis, 3rd pitcher of the afternoon, and a swing and a foul at the plate with Blaze on the move. He'll have to go back to first base.
Yeah, Dan, he did start on Tuesday, the losing pitcher, 3 2/3, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 1, 2-run home run to Alcantara. He had 2 wild pitches in that game.
Now the 1-2. And Brannon fouls that one off of Garrett Gilmette. Brannon, who has taken a couple of those in this series himself, looks back and he says, "I feel you, brother." Oh, felt that one. Ding dong. Ugh. Now the 1-2. And he lines it into right field. That is going to get down, and it's going to get onto the warning track and go all the way to the wall. Here comes Blaze tearing around third. He's going to score. Brannon on his way to third. The throw is not in time. RBI triple for Brooks Brannon, his first 3-base hit of the year. And the drive add to the lead. It is 6-0.
Yeah, we've talked about how it can be a little precarious out there in right field, but I'll tell you, Dan, out of the box, and Brannon hadn't had that great of an offensive season. We know that he can. He was going to take 3 if he could, and watch the big guy go.
Well, and it wasn't so much precarious as far as the wall goes. It was that the right fielder, Whitaker, was shading him towards the gap, and Brannon hit it more to straightaway right, a little bit toward the line, and now you've got him at third with 1 out, and Marvin Alcantara, who has a 2-run double to his credit in 2 trips to the plate. That was a fly ball that Whitaker lost in the sun with 2 outs back in the 3rd inning. 2 balls and no strikes to it. Pitch. Here's a strike called on the outside corner, and the Drive have hit that magic 6-run mark. When they score 6 or more this season, 7-3, 5 or fewer, 4-12. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. And coming into the year, going back over the previous 3 seasons, talk about an indicator. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. 2 down, infield will back up. In the past 3 seasons, when the Drive scored 6 or more runs, they were 151-38. When they scored 5 or fewer, they were 82-224. Here is Hudson White, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. So that's an unearned run, but a run nonetheless to push the lead to 6-0. And that pitch is low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. So if the bullpen can hold on to, at minimum, a 6-run lead over the last 4 innings, Peyton Tolley is going to get his first win of the season. And White skies one back into right, but this one a step shy of the warning track. Whitaker, thankful that the sun is ducked behind the cloud, makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the RBI triple by Brannon extends the lead to 6-0 as we head to the 6th inning. Back in a moment.
See him, let's see him. Where are you?
It's in the air, it's in my blood.
Let's go, move it, move it.
I don't need no reason, don't be control.
Oh, there's some moves right there. Get it, man.
Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket.
There you go.
Got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot
Put those hands together.
when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off.
Oh, there we go, there we go.
Phenomenally, you're more like the way we rock it. So don't stop,
Wave them back and forth.
Everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know.
Move it.
So just imagine, just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel a good, good
Go, man.
creeping up
Go,
on
man.
you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody
And that
like
is your
me, so
kids, Cam. Great job, everybody. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Drive, number 35, Adam Smith.
The 3rd innings, 14 runs all earned. Allowed 16 hits, struck out 14, walked 7, allowed 2 home runs. Opposition 308.
He will face the top of the batting order for Asheville. Joseph Sullivan, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And he takes strike 1 in the inside corner. Peyton Tolley, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 12 strikeouts, 71 pitches, 53 strikes. And that one's fouled out of play left side. No balls and 2 strikes. Tried to come in the back door of the breaking ball and didn't get the call. And it's 1-2. And that's upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And outside 3-2, so he was ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Now, gonna have to throw a 3-2 pitch to Joseph Sullivan. And strike 3 called on the inside corner, and Sullivan knew it.
92-mile-an-hour fastball. And Dan Smith pitched in Game 2, that 6-5 win by Asheville. Losing pitcher, 2 1/3, 5 runs, 3 hits. He walked 5. He had a balk through 55 pitches, 29 of those strikes. Looking for a comeback here today. Good start.
So Sullivan has the hat trick. Here's Walker Yannick, who has struck out twice already, fouls that one back. You never assume anything. You know the old saying about that, but there is a possibility at the rate things are going here that there could be more than one golden sombrero handed out today. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball stays high. Mentioned the Drive will be going to Rome on Tuesday to begin a 6-game series with the Emperors. Asheville heading back up the mountain. They'll host Brooklyn for 6. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Outfield playing Yannick a bit the other way, especially Blaise in right, who is well toward the line. So even with Earhart shading a bit towards right center, still a big gap between the two. And there's a foul ball back to the screen. Kudzu Staffing scoreboard in the South Atlantic League. Bottom of the 6th. Rome, speaking of the Emperors, at home leading Hub City 2-0. Winston-Salem a 1-0 lead at Greensboro, bottom of the 3rd. 1-2 pitch again, and there's strike 3 swinging. Yannick is down on strikes. He's gone for the 3rd time. 2 outs, and here's Garrett Gilmette. Boy, that pitch had a lot of good movement to it. Watching the replay from the center field camera, darting down and away. Heading to the top of the 9th, Wilmington coming to bat, trailing at Brooklyn 7-1. Bowling Green Aberdeen tied at 3. And earlier today, Rome in a makeup game beat Hub City 8-1. And in another makeup game, Greensboro beat Winston-Salem 9-8. Hudson Valley and Jersey Shore rained out again. So the Drive starting the day 4.5 games out. If the score of Game 2 between Hub City and Rome holds up, and this score holds up, the Drive will go from being 4 games out to 3 out heading into play next week, or 4.5 out today to 3 games out. 2 balls and a strike to Gilmette. KudzuStaffing.com for employment or employee training needs. They bring you our scoreboard on a nightly basis. Here's ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. Works from the stretch full time to Adam Smith. And he misses badly outside ball 4. So first walk issued by Drive pitching. It comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. And Christian Gonzalez, who has one of their 3 hits, will step in. He's also struck out once. Everybody in their lineup has struck out once except for Drew Vogel. He's flied to right and grounded to 3rd. Refusing to get in on the fun. Gonzalez shoots one over the mound, and that'll skip into center field for a base hit. So a 2-hit afternoon for him. And Tom, his previous hit had gotten him above the 200 mark. He was at 202 before that hit, so his average continues to climb. He came into this series at 159.
Yeah, he's been good. He's got 8 hits now, and been a big reason that they've had the success they've had in the first 6 games.
8 runs batted in. And now here's Chase Jaworski, who has singled and struck out. And the breaking ball stays outside, ball 1. All right, Mr. Van Horn.
Nope.
It's that time.
Okay, it's reading All-Stars. That means big crowd.
But can you read the crowd?
I don't know. I may need some help.
The 1-0. 2 hopper to second. There is Zanatello, and the inning is over. So, little 2-out uprising quelled by the routine ground ball. A hit. No errors, 2 runners left, and middle to 6. It remains a 6-0 drive lead here at Fluor Field.
Thank you, Chuck. Yes, Chuck, I am here with Kennedy, and then down on that end, we have got Kennedy's 2 sisters, Avery and Brewer, and it is for our Atlantic Coast Athletic Club Dizzy Bat Race. Now, me and Kennedy, we are going to count them down, and when I say go, they are going to have to race to the bases. Are you ready, Kennedy? All right, Greenville, are you ready? All right, here we go. Ready and spin. Go. Let's count them. 4. Now, Kennedy, what's your favorite subject in school? Math. Okay, good. Okay, where are we? 5. 6. Did you read a lot of books? Reading also? Yeah, great. Oh, where are we? Are we in 8, 9, 10? Go! Oh no, Avery is wiped out, but here comes Brewer. Brewer is the winner of your AC Dizzy Bat Race. Give it up for all 3 girls. Back up to you, Chuck.
I was getting ready to say the same thing.
You're going to finish that sentence. Rooting All-Star is always big. It's Sunday.
Kids run the bases.
4,422.
You know what? Incredibly close. 4,377.
All right, man. I bounced back from 700 like the other night. Good.
Here is Andy Lugo.
Takes
ball
I can
1.
take a bow on booth can, correct?
Yes.
If I get within 100.
You missed by 45.
Yeah, I mean, but 3 times this week I missed by less than 100, right?
Uh-huh.
The resume's looking pretty good, Dad.
Yeah, but here's the, what can you do with that kind of information on your
because
resume?
I can go to these middle schools and I can be like a circus act where I can guess how many people are in the auditorium. Remember when you were a kid and you had
yeah, but people
they did card tricks then.
You don't have to go to an auditorium. People can just watch the broadcast and they'll realize we're a circus act.
I forgot what year I'm in, Dan. I'm back to watching Nebraska and Oklahoma in '71.
There's ball 4 to Andy Lugo, and he's a leadoff base runner. Brett Gillis, 2nd inning of relief for Asheville. And we go back to the top of the order for Franklin Arias, who's been on 3 times, a single, a solo homer, and a walk. The young man up from Salem, his first series with the Drive. Went 0 for 13 before he had the 3-hit breakout the other night, including the 3-run homer, and 2 more hits today and a walk. 5 walks in the series as well. Breaking ball inside, 1-1. Boy, much like when Brannon tripled, look where the right fielder Whitaker is playing Arias, even further over into right center field. He's almost to the edge of the huge video board out there in right center. That's how far into the gap he is. 2 balls and a strike. So needless to say, they don't think he's going to go the other way. 2-2 is that pitch on the outer edge at the knees. Lugo, a decent lead at first. And now Arias asks for time. Drive about hit him 5-4. Asheville's committed the game's only 2 errors. Greenville on top 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 swinging, chased an off-speed pitch down. Arias retired for the first time. Second strikeout for Gillis, and now Nazan Zanatello, who's 0 for 3. He has scored a run, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the first. Since then, he's struck out looking and popped out to first. Takes ball 1. Is it just me, or do I hear a bass guitar playing in the background somewhere? Do you hear that?
Yes. It's probably somebody from one of those mid-'60s bands that's,
Yeah.
that's trying to make a comeback.
2 balls and no strikes.
I'm going to go to Fleur Field and play on the concourse.
Yeah. Shoots it foul just outside of first. Had Tyler Snepp doing the 2-step out there. And Tyler Whitaker tried to toss it to a fan, came up a little short. This time he got it there. 2-1 on Zanatello with Lugo at first and 1 down. Bottom of the 6th, Drive leading 6-0. The 2-1, runner goes. Pitch is launched into right field. That is going to get down for a base hit. Around to third comes Lugo. On his way to second, and in as the throw is cut off is Zanatello. Double the opposite way for the Drive second baseman, and they're at second and third with 1 out, and Whitaker getting to that ball for the moment anyway. Kept a run from scoring.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as far as Arias, but he was still shaded the other way with a right-hand hitter at the plate. And
now the infield's going to come in for Nelly Taylor, who's walked twice and struck out. He's scored 2 times. And there's a step off by Brett Gillis. Put it in play here and take your chances with the infield in. The first pitch is grounded toward the first baseman, who kicks it, picks it up. No, he doesn't. Taylor is safe, and the bases are loaded. Trevor Austin knocked it down, still had plenty of time. As you watch it, he panicked, and he tried to pick it up with the gloved hand, and that's something at least used to be taught at Little League level. Pick it up with the bare hand. He had plenty of time, and now the base is loaded, Tom, for Earhart.
I don't know if he was taking a peek home to see if the runner was coming or not, but just kind of kicked it a little bit.
First baseman Austin will stay in about even with the bag. Middle of the infield all the way back at double play depth, and Gonzalez at third, 3 or 4 steps behind the bag. And there's a line drive base hit into center field, or left field rather. Lugo scores. Everybody else advances 1 base. Earhart's second hit, second RBI of the game. And the Drive add to the lead. It is 7-0.
Well, the Drive taking a kind of a page out of the book of Asheville and what they've been able to accomplish by getting extra runners on. And we have the walk to Lugo that set some things up there, then the error by the first baseman on a ball hit by Nelly Taylor, and you need to take advantage of those. And we go back to that third inning as well, Dan. There was a walk, an error, and a hit by pitch, and 2 of those scored.
Well, Asheville pitching has walked 4 today, and 3 of them have scored. And now you've got Taylor Jr. out at second base, who reached on an error. Miguel Blaise with the bases loaded takes a strike. He might as well just go ahead and clear them all. What do you think? Pitch to him, and he swings and he hits it towards the hole at short, backhanded by Jaworski. He'll get the force of Taylor at third as Zanatello scores to make it an 8-0 game. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Miguel Blaise, his second run batted into the game. At least he cleared one of the bases.
Well, we talked again, Dan, about what he was able to do in the first, and there have been a couple of times in this series when he has done what he's needed to do with the bat to get that run home from third, and that's productive.
And Brannon swings to the first pitch, and he grounds one through the hole into right for a base hit. Here comes the runner around. He will score, throw down to second. It's not in time, and it goes into center field. That is going to get Miguel Blaise home. And the drive pushed the lead to 10-0. Earhart scores on the base hit. Brannon's second hit and second RBI. And coming around to score on the errant throw to second base is Miguel Blaise. That's 2 errors in the inning and 4 in the game. Brannon out at second. And the first pitch to Alcantara is low and away. He has the 2-run double in 3 trips. Tyler Whitaker charged with the throwing error that advances Blaise home. Swing and a miss by Alcantara. It's 1-2. It has been a rough day on all fronts for the Asheville Tourists. Alcantara, the 8th man to bat in the inning. He takes it down and away 2-2. Waggling the bat back and forth, break-even pitch in the dirt again, ball 3. So 2 of the runs are earned, 2 of them unearned. And that's 4 unearned runs that Asheville has allowed out of the 10 the Drive have scored in the game. Payoff pitch, and he walked him. That is the second walk issued by Gillis. Pitching coach Zach Wilkins is going to come out. Give me a chance to remind you about some of the folks who help us do what we do on the audio side here. Our friends at Todaro Pizza down on Markley Street. Ed Patterson, your State Farm agent at Cherrydale Plaza in Greenville. The Atlanta Bread Company. Kudzu Staffing. Hall of Fame Sports Grill at 531 Wade Hampton in Greenville. Bracken Roofing and Gutter. Security Complete. Lake Bowen Baptist Church. Cincy Favorites. Arden's Burger and Grill and Beef and Rib in Westminster. And Greenville Print Solutions. Thank you to all of them for jumping on board with us for the 2025 Drive season. And now meeting over, Hudson White will bat with 2 on and 2 out. White 0 for 3. And he hits one a ton back into left field. That ball is 3/4 of the way up the green monster. It'll score another run. Throw to second, not in time. White with a double. Alcantara advances to third. Brannon scored to make it an 11-0 game. And Hudson White, who has struggled all season long, hit that ball with authority.
Yeah, smashed it off the green monster, and the Drive doing what they need to do today to take advantage of opportunities presented to them and not missing them today. 7 base runners last night, 3 hits.
Now Andy Lugo, who started all this off with a base on balls, takes a breaking ball for a strike. 5-run inning for the Drive. And Lugo lines it into right center field. That's going to get up the gap and clear the bases. Both runs will score. Picked up on the warning track by Gomez. Here comes Lugo to third. He is in sliding without a throw. A triple for Andy Lugo. 2 RBIs, numbers 8 and 9 on the year. It is 13-0 Drive.
Wow. It is contagious, Dan.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of funny. We were talking with Liam Carroll and lost 6-0 last night. I said, even though lost 15-13 the night before, like, I like to have a couple of those for today. Well, you know what? They've got more than that here today.
Now he'd like to take some of these maybe and hold them off for another game.
I'm going to Rome, yeah.
Tom, every Drive player in the lineup has scored at least 1 run.
That is a pretty good recipe for success.
Ball 1 to Arias, who struck out. So he wants to avoid the ribbing he'll get from his teammates by making 2 outs in the same inning, if at all possible. 2 balls and no strikes. Meanwhile, Gillis laboring out there. The 2-0. Inside ball 3. Maybe all it took was having Marcus McMorris in the house. Speaking of which, up there in the pavilion, Arias takes ball 4 high. It's a young man by the name of Kaysen celebrating his 7th birthday today.
How cool would that be?
Yep. Here comes Nate Shaver, and somewhat mercifully, that is going to be all for Brett Gillis. So we've got an Atlanta bred company call to the bullpen. The Drive exploding for 7 runs here in the 6th inning. They lead at 13-0. We'll be back in just a moment. Asheville making the Atlanta bred company call to the bullpen, bringing on right-hander Garrett Apker.
6'5", 195, 25 from Woodland Hills, California. Signed a minor league free agent contract in July of 2022 with Detroit, and eventually signed with Houston in 2025. He will come in. No record right now. The ERA at 15. This will be his 3rd appearance, 3 total innings, 5 runs all earned, 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, a lot of home run. Opposition 429. He pitched in the 5-3 win, the first game of a doubleheader that the Drive won, and he went 1 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits, strikeout. He did walk 4 and 41 pitches, but only 18 of those were strikes.
Here is Nazan Zanatello, who doubled and scored earlier in this inning, 1 for 4. Seven runs in the inning, only 2 of them earned. But runs nonetheless. Runners on the corners and 2 down. And Apker's first pitch to Zanatello is outside for a ball. And Tom, in all of this, 13 runs on 10 hits. The Drive only have 1 home run. That was a solo homer by Arias back in the 3rd. They've done it by putting the ball in play and taking advantage of mistakes. Here's a pop-up on the infield. Jaworski backing onto the grass. The shortstop puts it away, and the inning is over. But he said, 7 runs on 4 hits. Now check that, 5 hits. 2 errors and 2 left. And after 6 complete, 13-0 drive.
Are Dacusville Elementary, Jesse Boyd Elementary, Joanna Woodson Elementary, and Concord Elementary. These top performer schools were 4 of 43 schools that had 50% or more of their student population qualify as Reading All-Stars this year. Congratulations. Your attention, please. Your attention, please. From now until the end of this inning, the 7th inning, all sweatshirts and cold weather items will be 20% off at the third base team store. Again, for the next 6 outs, all sweatshirts and cold weather gear will be 20% off in the third base team store.
Six inning totals for the Drive, 13 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and they have left 7. For Asheville, no runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, and the Tourists have left 5. And as Tom gets ready to call the 7th inning for you, just to make sure I got my numbers correct, Tom.
Yep.
13 runs for the Drive, only 5 of them earned.
Yeah, they've been able to take advantage of some errors and some other things they've been presented with, and sometimes that hadn't happened as Gomez will foul it up the first base side. You think it the other night, the Drive had, and he fouled it off his knee, and man, that has got to hurt. He's going to take a brief break. Gomez, Vogel, Austin, 6, 7, and 8. So Adam Smith just throws strikes.
Yes.
But the other night, in the 4-3 loss, second game of the doubleheader, the Drive in 7 innings left 13. 4 consecutive innings left the bases loaded. So had chances then, didn't produce, but boy, they have taken advantage of the situation here today, and that's a nice bounce back after they lost 15-13 and then didn't get much going last night. Gomez has struck out twice. Smith delivers this pitch called strike, and it's 0-2. Smith will work from the stretch, and he delivers. Swing and a miss. There's yet another strikeout. This one on the bender at 86. He's got 15 in the game now, 12 by Peyton Tolley. This was an Asheville team that struck out 19 times on Tuesday in a 6-4 win by the Drive, and 12 last night, actually. In a game they won 6-0. So Smith will deliver the pitch, and it is ball 1 to Drew Vogel, who's flied to right. Actually got a ball in play against Peyton Tolley.
He's the only one who hasn't struck out today.
Yes, and also a ground out. Well, Smith just looking for an out after that big productive inning. And just off the plate for a ball. Now with 7 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 3 walks, took advantage of that. I'm trying to finish this 7-game series with Asheville on a positive note here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the ballpark. Fastball called strike.
Tom, we got an email from Lee Armfield, says if the Drive can close out a 14-run or higher margin of victory, I believe that will be a Sally League record for the season. We'll be interested to know if your stats confirm this.
Just off the plate for a ball. In terms of the
margin of victory?
Oh, margin of victory.
Yes.
Yeah, we can go back and look at the...
He's talking about the entire league.
Oh, the league.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be pretty cool, too.
I don't have that in front of me, Lee.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody does. We'll
It's a
see what
good
we can find.
Strike call. Good question. Yeah, appreciate the comment. Watching. Yeah, baseball is a funny game. That's why we love it. It's unscripted. You never know what you're going to get from game to game. Way outside. I mean, that's ball 4. But as we began play today, Asheville had scored 38. Greenville scored 32. They were level at 32 after 5 games. A lot of similar numbers.
Well, and you know, if you follow the logic of Liam Carroll, which technically I think is correct.
Strike call to Trevor Austin.
Driver playing for a series split today, even though we've played 7 games. The second game of the doubleheader technically goes on the series in Asheville.
That's right. How about that? Here's the pitch. Called strike. And
which means they lost 4 of 6 in that series, so they're trying for a series split here.
Yeah. We've talked about it throughout the course of this series, why they are playing it here. We'll tell you a little bit more after this pitch. Austin is struck out, lined out, and way outside. Backhanded there nicely by White. Play 132 games in high A, and you split it 66 apiece and win first half, you're into the playoffs, and then you reset and have an opportunity to play in that second half and have a chance maybe at the end of the year to get at the playoffs, and wanted to get this in the first half. And the pitch, and it's hit on the ground. The shortstop flipped to second, one. The relay is in time, but the foot was off the bag high. Lugo had to go up, get it, and when he came down, runner had gone past the bag.
Yeah, to me, Arias there a little too far away for the underhanded flip. He needed to come with the overhand or sidearm, and I think that little extra delay caused Zanatello to rush his throw a little bit.
Yeah, he was a little farther away maybe, and bottom line was able at this point, you're counting outs, and you've got that big 13-0 lead, and delivers the first pitch to Tyler Whitaker.
And the fans are already chanting for the Whopper.
That's right. Strikeout of 97 and 91 against Peyton Tolley. And just off the plate for a ball. Two and 0 now, and it'll be a visit to the mound. Andy Sadowski, assistant to Bob Kipper, getting a chance to go out and have a conversation with Adam Smith. You know, we were talking about, if people just joined us, for Peyton Tolley, 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts and 15 outs. Didn't walk anybody. So his last 2 games, and you include Hub City last Sunday, 9 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 21 strikeouts to 1 walk. His last 3 games, 13 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, 26 strikeouts, 2 walks, and allowed 1 home run. The only blip on the radar screen, swing and a miss, was his first outing at Asheville when he gave up 5 in 1 2/3. But he has been magnificent since then. The second-round pick out of TCU, 50th overall in the draft last year. Just off the plate, goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Like to finish it off here, 2 down. Top half of the 7th inning. Drive just scored 7 of the bottom half of the 6th to widen it out to 13-0 here. And the pitch, shot aside. So you walk the 9th place hitter, hitting 147, and you turn it back around to the top of the order for Joseph Sullivan, who has struck out 3 times today, 84, 95, and looking at 92.
And what makes it a little more frustrating is you got a 13-0 lead, just throw strikes. And again, sometimes we'll make it sound easier than it is up here, but there is a point as a pitcher when at times you're trying to be too fine.
And Sullivan takes the first pitch for a called strike. He's the number 12 prospect in the Astros organization. We talked a little bit about he and Will Turner being in the outfield of South Alabama. And Turner was taken in the 7th round of the draft last year by the Boston Red Sox. This one gets past the catcher, Hudson White, and it goes all the way back to the screen. And runners will advance 90 feet, so 2nd and 3rd now. with 2 down in the top half of the 7th inning. Now, 5 of the games prior to last night, the first 5 decided by 2 runs or less. It's been that competitive than 6-0 last night. So Smith gets set, delivers the pitch. This one's way and outside. So if you split the difference on this one, it should be right about the heart of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tell you what, the folks down the right field line and those in the green monster seats are getting some sunshine today. Pitch, outer edge, and he did come back with a strike after a couple of wild ones there. And it evens the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runners in second and third. Top 7, Adam Smith trying to finish it off here. Sullivan trying to do something about it. Oh, he wanted that. Hudson White had taken 2 steps to the dugout, and the rest of those on the field likewise. But no. Call ball 3, and the count goes full. Walker Yannick on deck. If Sullivan can keep it going here in the top half of the 7th inning. It's hit on the ground. Second baseman Zanatello has it. There's the flip and the throw, and he got it. Good job. A couple of walks in the inning, but able to keep him at second and third and in the inning with a ground ball to the second baseman. That'll take us to the bottom of the 7th. The drive coming up, and they lead at 13-0.
Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the... If they don't win, it's a shame. Here we go. For it. 1, 2, 3 strikes are out. Your ball game. Great job. Let's see those dance moves. Here we go.
It's Collar Cupid's cell phone. It don't matter if you're young or you're old. Here we go. We gonna show you.
Here we go. Let's see it.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Yeah, kick, yeah, kick, yeah, kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Come on, down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Let me see you do it, Cupid. Down, do your dance, do your dance.
Let's see those moves. Here we go.
All drive today, leading 13-0 after Asheville won 6-0 last night, and the Tourists had also won the previous 2, 15-13 and 10, and 4-3 in the second game of the doubleheader. Wrapping up this 7-game set. Tom Van Hoy along with Dan Scott. Thanks for coming along today on this Sunday afternoon. Garrett Apter remains on the mound for the Tourists, and he will face 3, 4, and 5. Nellie Taylor, Zach Earhart, Miguel Blaze. Drive was 7 runs on 5 hits. A couple of errors in that last inning, 3 walks. Helping produce those 7 runs to build the lead to 13-0. First pitch, fastball outside. Nellie Taylor has walked twice, reached on an error, struck out. He has scored 3 more runs. He has scored 14 on the year. And he hits a little roller to Drew Vogel at second, and he'll become the first out here in the inning. Taylor, the number 22 prospect of the organization, has an interesting story as well, as comes out of Polk State Community College in Florida, 11th round pick in the draft of 2023. He was a Florida State commit, but his numbers in junior college ranks very good. Here's Zach Earhart, of course, came out of Oklahoma State last year. 5'10", 190, 22, Tampa. 115th pick overall. He had 22 games last year, got his feet wet a little bit. Well, he's had a productive day as well today. Big swing and a miss after the first was out of the zone. He doubled in the first. That got things going, a 2-run first, had an RBI. Reached on an error in the third and scored. grounded out to second, and then he had another run batted in. Part of that 7-run sixth, and scored as well. So out of that 4th spot, having a good day at the ballpark. Takes a called strike there. And steps back out. 2022 unanimous Big 12 freshman team. And you knew who else was on that all Big 12 freshman team then? As this pitch is delivered. Whoa, that looked pretty good. It was Hudson White, who was at Texas Tech at the time. So a lot of connecting points there as far as those two are concerned. We talked about he was a teammate with Isaac Stebbins at OSU as well. Outside with the fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes after Nellie Taylor grounded out at the second baseman Drew Vogel to begin things at the bottom half of the 7th inning.
As old as you are, or as veteran as you are, do you still slip up and call it the Big 8 sometimes?
Occasionally, yeah. It should be. Swing and a miss. And he got him. Nothing says the ACC like Clemson and Stanford. Or the big SEC with Oklahoma and Texas.
Yes.
But those days are gone, my friend. So with 2 down, it'll be Miguel Blaze. And he's had a productive day as well. He scored a pair. He reached out an error back in the 5th. Then he had a fielder's choice that drove it around to the 6th. Had a fly ball to center in the 1st that scored 1. And popped up to 2nd. Kind of gave you his numbers in the last 6 games prior to today, and they were effective. That one is way off the mark, and I think Gilmet just let it go. And the bat boy can pick it up and run back to the dugout to his right. Blaze, the number 13 prospect. Came up last year, and like a lot, Dan, that make that transition, be it from immediately from college here or some that come up from Salem, struggled offensively. I mean, the skill set is there. Pop backing out of play, and we'll reset again. You heard that one land on top of the roof there. But a lot of potential for Blaze. 6 foot, 170. He looks bigger than that to me when we see him downstairs. 21 out of the Dominican Republic. Called strike. He signed at 16 as well as an international free agent. He did have 52 games here last year. Hit 190. 7 home runs and 25 runs batted in.
You know I have to say it, right? Everybody looks bigger to you.
Well, yeah. And thankfully that ball's hit into the air and on the run will make the catch. Whoa! That was Sullivan sliding.
He went diving behind the center fielder Gomez, and Gomez was like, "What are you doing?"
Well, you know what? Sullivan was just making sure maybe if it pops out of there, he's going to be able to catch it. But let's take one more look before we go out.
Sullivan thought he had called it and was going to make the play, and Gomez is standing there waiting on the ball to come down.
Yeah, bottom line is they were able to make that catch, and there were a couple times where balls got lost in the sun. Part of that was in that 7-run inning as well. We're through 7 complete. It's a good day at the ballpark so far for the Drive up 13-0 on the Tourist. Stan Scott back with the play-by-play to take you the rest of the way when we come back.
Man, this is tough. A match, not a match, like a lighter, and then one more bug spray. I hate bugs. Those are my 3.
A bobblehead?
Fans, Miguel Blaze has been named the Hales Jewelers Player of the Homestand. The 21-year-old from San Pedro de Macorís, Dominican Republic, has been a force at the plate and in the field.
Sides of the game make them a standout performer all
We move on to the 8th inning. Adam Smith out for his 3rd inning of relief. Drive up 13-0, and round of applause from the fans who have remained in this one for Miguel Blaze, who was just named the Hales Jeweler Player of the Homestand.
Yeah, a couple of hits in game 1 and then 3 for 3 and 5 RBI in that big 15-13 game, and he's driven in 2 more. What, 8 runs batted in now in the series.
There's Walker Yannick leading it off against Adam Smith, and he swings through it. Well, Joseph Sullivan avoided the golden sombrero for the last out of the 7th with a ground ball, and now Yannick trying to do the same thing. He has struck out swinging 3 straight times. Twice against Peyton Tolley, once against Adam Smith, and he's down no balls and 2 strikes after that foul ball that Nate Shaver kicks down in the third base coaching box. And Smith ready with the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. And he just got a piece of a breaking ball. You're looking on down the batting order. Gomez has struck out 3 times. And somewhat incredibly, Drew Vogel hasn't struck out at all. He's the only one. 15 strikeouts for drive pitching, 12 by Peyton Tolley, and make it 16. And the awarding of the dreaded golden sombrero as Janik chases a breaking ball well out of the strike zone. That is 4 strikeouts for Adam Smith, and there's 1 down. Garrett Gomez doubled, struck out, and walked. Smith went back to the rosin bag and now ready to go to work, and his first pitch is down and away a ball. Well, you hope that Adam Smith can close out this 8th inning unscathed and give himself 3 scoreless innings, because he has had a rough start to this season. So it's good to see him throwing the ball well here, and you just hope that he can get this next one out as well. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Giving him some room out in left center field. And strike 3 swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts. And with 2 down, here's Gonzalez, who has 2 of their 4 hits. He has also struck out.
Hey, what, Dan, that shot from center field camera by MILB.TV and our crew here, you could see the break on that ball.
One ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. One and 1 the count. And another swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Man, the horizontal break on that is really good today.
One ball, 2 strikes. Trying to set him down in order and close out the 8th inning with a drive on top, 13-0. And he misses low. Two and 2. Strike 3 swinging. Inning is over. Adam Smith strikes out the side. That's 6 strikeouts for him. And how about 18 of them for drive pitching on this Sunday afternoon? Bottom of the 8th coming up. It is 13-0 Good Guys.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it.
I can't begin to know it.
But then I know it's growing strong.
But then I know it's growing strong.
Was it the spring?
Wasn't the spring?
And what did spring become?
And spring became the summer.
Who'd have believed you'd come
Who'd
along?
have believed you'd come along?
All right, here we go. Put those hands in the air.
Hands, touching hands,
Reach on out.
reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never was, but now I
Look at the nights.
look at the night.
And they don't seem so lonely.
And it don't seem so lonely.
Put 2 in the air.
We fill it up with only 2.
And when you hurt,
Call to the bullpen for Asheville. Brings on right-hander Julio Rodriguez.
6'3", 180, 25 out of Cuba. And he comes into this contest at 1-0 with an ERA of 9.28, 8th appearance, all in relief, 10 2/3. 14 runs, 11 earned, 11 hits, 14 K, 8 walks. Opposition hitting .256.
First batter he faces is Brooks Brannon, who's had a good day after striking out looking in the first. He was hit by a pitch, RBI triple in the 5th, RBI single in the 7-run 6th. And he's got a 3-hit day as he lines that one into center field for a base hit. There are a lot of batting averages that have taken a serious uptick for the Drive in this one. That is the 11th hit now. Arias has 2. Brannon now with 3. Earhart with 2. Everybody has at least 1 hit except for Nellie Taylor, and he's walked twice and scored twice. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's Alcantara.
Yeah, Taylor scored 3.
I've got him for 2. He was forced out at 3rd in the 6th inning. Taylor. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 2 runs. Zanatello's got 2. Yep, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I've scored 2. Yeah.
Everybody has scored at least 1 run. No balls and 2 strikes to Alcantara. And a breaking ball didn't, and it hit him. There was no intent there. Still doesn't make it feel any better, but first 2 have reached.
But Dan Rodriguez pitched in Game 2 on Wednesday back at Pena, and he struggled then. 1 inning, 4 runs, 2 earned, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts. He gave up a home run to Taylor. 31 pitches, 17 strikes back on Wednesday.
Hudson White, RBI double in the last inning, 1 for 4. He takes a strike. And a breaking ball misses outside. There's a foul back. Well, Lee Armfield went and did the research for us, Tom. The largest margin of victory in the South Atlantic League this year is 13 runs. Jersey Shore had an 18-5 win over Greensboro. Fly ball, center field, going back on it is Gomez. That ball is over his head and off the wall. Here comes one run. Here comes a second run. A 2-run triple for Hudson White. It is 15-0 drive. Point if he hits it to just about any other part of the ballpark, he's got his first professional home run, but he one-hopped it off the 120 or the 420 mark.
You know, Dan, any other ballpark?
Yeah, except Fenway, America. Right? Thank you, Mr. Beret. Yes.
Man, he smoked that one.
Here's Andy Lugo. Uh-oh. Now that might have had some intent to it. Fastball hit Lugo. And home plate umpire Brooks Pritchett immediately stepped out in front of home plate. He didn't point to anybody, and to Lugo's credit, he just removed his stuff and trotted on down to first base. Just kind of file that one. You know, 6-game series give you a chance to get tired of seeing an opponent. You add an extra game to it. And then a blowout like this. And I'm not saying there was any intent on Rodriguez's part there. But you can understand where something like that might catch somebody's attention. Here's Arias, the leadoff hitter. He's been on 4 times today, a single, a solo homer, and a pair of walks. 2 for 3 officially. That pitch is down and away. The 1-1. Fastball in for a strike. Ball and 2 strikes in the pitch, and the breaking ball misses inside. Two and 2. Runners on the corners. And a dribbler to the right side, picked by the first baseman who was ranging wide to his right. And Austin will get the force out of Lugo at second. But scoring is Hudson White. And it is a 16-0 game, and that's an RBI fielder's choice for Arias.
Dan, that might be about as far as I've ever seen a first baseman roam to pick it up. He did a nice job and got it. He's about halfway between first and second to get the lead out there.
Now here's Nazan Zanatello. 1 for 5. That won a double in the 7-run 6th inning. He has also scored on a fielder's choice. Takes ball 1. And that cost him a strike on the outside corner. You know, with 16 runs crossing the plate, Tom, we've still only played 2 hours and 20 minutes. Breaking ball strike.
Beats 402 and
yes,
428 pitches the other night, right?
Uh-huh.
And then last night was a quick one too, wasn't it? 222 or something?
222, exactly.
You
1
never
ball and
know.
2 strikes. No, you don't. 1 out, 3 runs in, 16-0 drive on this Sunday afternoon. Strike 3 swinging, and Zanatello becomes the second out.
Well, it's a great way to finish it off. It's been, to a certain extent up until today, a frustrating series. Probably felt like you could have won a couple of more ball games, but the Tourists credit, they were able to do what they needed to do to get those wins. And talked about the 5 games had been decided, 5 of them prior to last night had been decided by 2 runs or less. It's been that close between these two.
Here's Nellie Taylor. Gets one more shot at a base hit, and if he gets it, every member of the Drive batting order will have at least 1 hit. Now, he's walked twice and scored both of those times. All 9 members of the batting order have scored at least 1 run. And he lifts one in the air down the left field line, and it's foul. 0-2.
Well, that could be a new promotion, right? If every hitter in the lineup gets a base hit, they get something.
9 hits, 9 hitters get hits, 9 free wings or something like that.
How about that? Easy for us to do it up here.
Yeah. Every fan left gets 9 hot dogs to take home. No.
Wait a minute. What's this bill, Dan? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
What? It was a joke.
Yeah. Well, so is the fact that you're not getting a paycheck for the next 2 months. No balls and 2 strikes to Taylor.
18,000 hot dogs.
Pitch from Rodriguez, and he struck him out swinging on a breaking ball, and the inning is over. But the Drive add 3 more, and we go to the 9th. 16-0. Greenville on top.
Drive pitcher Peyton Tolley, the starter today, struck out 12 batters in 5 innings of work, gave up just 3 hits. Peyton Tolley and Adam Smith combining for 18 strikeouts during today's game. This has been your premier Dig Deep play of the game. Let's check out some scores now around the South Atlantic League. Brooklyn defeats Wilmington today 7-1. It was Rome over Hub City, the second game of a doubleheader sweep, 8-1, the final in Game 2. Hudson Valley over Jersey Shore, 5-4. In 10 innings, Bowling Green 5, Aberdeen 3. And Greensboro, the Grasshoppers, win over Winston-Salem, 9-8. In other scores, Minnesota Twins defeat the Boston Red Sox at Fenway this afternoon, 5-4. In AAA, Toledo, the Mud Hens over.
We move on to the top of the 9th inning. The Drive 3 outs away from closing out a 16-0 win. And to get those 3 outs, the Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen brings us right-hander Darvin Garcia.
Yep, 6'3", 170, 25 out of the Dominican Republic. Minor League Rule 5 acquisition coming in December of 2024 out of the Pittsburgh organization. 0-1 ERA, a bit above 12, 6th appearance. He has 1 save, 7 in the 3rd innings, 10 runs all earned, 9 hits, 7 strikeouts and 7 walks. He has hit 3, 1 home run opposition, hitting .290. Pitched on Thursday, Game 2, 1 inning, 2 runs, 2 hits, a strikeout, 2 walks, 2 wild pitches, 26 pitches, 12 strikes on that day.
Well, and much like Adam Smith needed a good outing, so does this young man, as Tom just ran you through those numbers.
Because prior to that, he gave up a grand slam at Hub City.
And his first pitch is a fastball outside to Chase Jaworski. And like Nellie Taylor was trying to become the final member of the Drive batting order to get a base hit, we will see Drew Vogel one more time. He's the only member of their order who has not struck out at least once. One ball, 1 strike to Jaworski, who is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. And he bounced that one up there. Adam Smith, 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks. He struck out 6. Really good outing in relief for him. And that pitch way high and outside. Three balls and a strike. It's a 16-run lead, young man. Throw strikes. The 3-1. And he walked.
Dan Asheville's been shut out 5 times this year and 2 times 15-0.
Well, our man who emailed us must have missed those then, because a 15-0 shutout would be the largest margin then, wouldn't it? Twice.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Ball 1 to Kenny Gomez. Garcia having trouble locating the plate. Gomez has struck out 3 times, so he is trying to avoid the golden sombrero. He will! A line drive to first. Lugo back to the bag. Got him. Double play. Jaworski wandered just far enough off the bag for Lugo to sprint there and get the call. And there are 2 down. And now here is Drew Vogel. The only bit of drama left in this game is, will Vogel avoid striking out? 18 strikeouts by Asheville hitters in this game. And he grounds this one foul on a couple of hops to Nate Shaver. 16, 12, and 0 for the drive. 0, 4, and 4 for Asheville. The 0-1 fouled off to the right. It's 0-2. Half of the drive's runs are unearned because of the 4 errors. And now what's left of the crowd of 4,377 starting to make some noise, hoping Garcia can bring us to a close right here. The big right-hander comes set. And his 0-2 pitch to Vogel is low. 1-2. Should Vogel reach, Trevor Austin would be next. And Garcia will try it once again. He is ready. The 1-2 pitch. And he bounced that one up there. 2-2. It's nice to see that Marcus McMorris still has the swag factor. He just walks into the stadium and the opposition rolls over. Just like it used to be on the football field at Furman.
He looks like he can still play.
Yes, he does. 2-2 pitch. And ball 3. 97 on that one, but he was ahead 0-2, and now he's about to throw a payoff pitch to Vogel. Nods the okay from Hudson White. And the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, swinging with a breaking ball. He got him. Vogel joins the strikeout parade. And the Drive get a big, big win to close out this series. 16-0 over Asheville. And for the second time in the series, Drive pitching strikes out 19, I should say, tourist batters. 16-0 the final. Back to wrap it up in just a moment.
Sugar Ridge Road in Inman, South Carolina. At Highway 9 and Sugar Ridge Road, you can check out the ministry and other opportunities at Lake Bowen by going to lakebowenbaptist.com.
On the Dan Scott Show, we tell stories of God doing amazing work in people's lives. The redemptive grace of Jesus Christ is alive and well, and the stories we share every week spotlight examples of dramatically changed lives. The Dan Scott Show airs every Saturday and Sunday on stations around the country and the world, and locally, the Sports and Faith version presented by Ingalls airs Sunday mornings across the entire Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville market. To find out more about the Dan Scott Show and Grand Slam Ministries, visit danscottshow.org today. That's danscottshow.org. Now, public address announcer Chuck Hushin running through all the things that Drive fans won today. Section 109 got 2 of the 3 prizes for the Burger King K-Man of the day, and everybody left in the park gets a coupon for a free Pepsi Zero, Tom, because the Drive held Asheville to 0 runs in a 16-0 win.
And next time that everybody gets a hit, they get hot dogs.
We better be careful about that.
Yeah. Great day, though. I mean, much needed.
For everybody but Asheville.
Yes. Yeah, I'm talking about the Drive, obviously, and they much needed after we talked about some frustrating losses, and again, kudos to tourists for making the plays when they needed to win 4 of the first 6. But it would take us forever to wrap it up. But we can tell you this: 3 hits for and with Brooks Brandon got 3 hits, 2 RBI, scored 2, and then Hudson White had 2 for 5, 3 RBI, 2 runs as well. So great to see those guys have some success offensively. But you had 1, 2, 3, 4 with multiple hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scored 2 runs. I mean, that's awesome when you think about it. And RBIs, everybody but 2 got run batted in as well. Arias had the home run, and Brandon had a triple. White had a triple. Just Earhart again was a big contributor, and that's all nice. You love that, but it all starts to a certain extent with Peyton Tolley did 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts. Didn't walk anybody. Coming off that performance at Hub City with 4 innings and 9 strikeouts then. So the 21 strikeouts in the last 27 innings, and he was magnificent today. Adam Smith got some really good work in there, and then you got Garcia to come in and finish it off there and have some positive things occur as you get ready to head to Rome.
2 young men who really needed something good to happen out of the bullpen. So happy for them. All right, here are the numbers for the Drive. 16 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They stranded 8. Asheville, no runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, and left 7. Tolley, the winner, he is 1-1. The loser is Gadez, the starter. He is 1-2. No save. And the game, despite all of the runs, took 2 hours and 31 minutes to play before an announced crowd of 4,377. Drive are now 12-15. Asheville is 12-15 as well. So after a day off tomorrow, the Drive will venture to Rome for a 6-game series starting on Tuesday. Asheville returns home. They'll host Brooklyn for 6, also starting on Tuesday. And we will see you back here at the ballpark on the 13th of this month, 2 weeks from Tuesday, when Hub City will make its first trip down I-85 to Fluor Field.
Yeah, I was going to say the Drive record could be a little bit deceiving. They lost 2 one-run games at Hub City. They lost a couple one-run games here, and they did lose them, but they were competitive at those, and we've seen a number of occasions when they've gotten behind and able to come back and win. So this was one of those situations where take control of the game, not have to worry about trying to come from behind, and just a tremendous way to finish off the homestand. And kudos to all those who worked hard for 7 games in 6 days, and the weather cooperated, and big crowds. 20th anniversary here at Fluor Field, off to a great start.
So, having done all the damage that we can do, we will take our leave, see how productive we can be at home over the next 8 days, and then come back and be ready to have baseball for you again at Fluor Field on the 13th against Hub City. Final score again today, the Drive, with a 16-0 win over the Asheville Tourists. For Tom Van Hoy, who's going to go out and join the kids running around the bases, I'm Dan Scott saying God bless you and so long, everybody.